Hi friends, it's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Stranger Things, Season 1, Episode 6, The Monster. And we're going to try to look at it through the lens of Will Byers. All right, let's dig into this. So we pick it up with 11, and 11 has come out of the grocery store where she stole Eggos and like harmed human beings to get Eggos, which is sad. And but you got to remember she was raised as a weapon, right? So what's interesting then is she encounters, she's looking for Mike, right? And she finds Mike and Dustin together, and they're making their way home, right? But when they're making their way home, they are encountered by their bullies, right? So the Duffer Brothers, were very accurate in explaining that, in the 80s, bullies were extremely physical. And if you read books, if you were smart, if you were imaginative, if you liked anything but, football, right? Like, bullies would come for you, and they would make your life a living heck, right? And that's exactly what happened with Dustin and Mike. And at this point, they stood up to their bullies, and they actually, kind of pushed back against their bullies. And one of the things that, and now those bullies find them near the quarry, and the bullies actually get very angry with the two of them. And actually, one of them pulls a knife on Dustin and threatens to cut his teeth out of his, out of his face. And then the other one actually tells Mike Wheeler that he has to jump into the quarry, right, from this extremely high height. And Jim Hopper has already told us, anybody who jumps from that height, they're going to hit that water like concrete, and every bone in their body is going to break, and they're going to die, right? Like, so this kid is literally trying to kill Mike Wheeler, right? Now, I don't think he understands that, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have any right to be telling Mike Wheeler anything, right? So his bullying puts him in responsibility for murder, or at least manslaughter, right? I would say murder, but here. So, so they're in a lot of trouble, and 11 comes along, and actually 11 uses her psionic powers, and she literally breaks the bully's arm, and then also makes the bully pee himself, which I thought everybody thought it was funny, and it was, right? Like, who doesn't like to see a bully get their comeuppance, right? And so it was very good. It was interesting, right? And so at that point, we now see 11, and then the final part of the episode is they cut to Lucas, and Lucas actually sees Mike Wheeler's house with the government agents posing as delivery men, and actually getting in position to ambush his house, right? So basically, things are really starting to get to a head in season 1. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion, nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.